What's up, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm Josh.
And I'm Ted.
And this is Nerds Make Sense. So today we've got a great episode for you today. I just said today twice. I have no idea why. We got part 3 of Canon today. And there's today again. I really need to stop and move on now. So part 3 is going to be about one of my favorite DBZ villains of all time, and that is the brother of Frieza. Oh, he's not like Frieza, he's cooler. To get us started, I wanted to talk about a little bit about, just kind of give a quick little introduction to Cooler. Obviously, like I stated before, he's brother of Frieza, son of King Cold, part of the mutant Frieza race, with very similar, he looks very similar to Frieza, but he's a little more purple. Good thing he's not a dinosaur. Cooler is, he's not seen until what movie is it? I think it's
Cooler's Revenge.
Yeah, well, Cooler's Revenge, but it's like what is it, number 5 or number 6 or so overall?
Oh wow.
But the first time we see Cooler is in the prologue of Cooler's Revenge, where we once again witness Frieza blowing up planet Vegeta and Goku's pod escaping. And we hear from one of Cooler's warriors asking if they should intercept the pod and destroy it. And he says, well, no, my brother can't be bothered to do it. I can't be either, essentially. And so fast forward, what is it, 20, 30 years. You have Goku on planet Namek who, kills Frieza. Word gets back to Cooler. Cooler's like, oh, I want to see this guy for myself. I want to see just exactly who my stupid little brother lost to. So he flies off to Earth, finds Goku, sends out his own armored squad. They find Gohan and Icarus, and while they're out with Goku camping and fishing and stuff. And of course, later, Goku gets blasted in the back from Cooler's eye beams, and then Piccolo shows up and, saves Gohan's ass again. Goku gets a sensu bean, comes back, fights Cooler. Cooler transforms. And that was a unique thing, because he went one. We're told in the movie that the very first form that we see Cooler in is similar to Frieza's final form. So they're both in their, what they would be known as their fourth form, or their true form. But during the fight with Goku, we actually see Cooler transform one more time into this cool-ass looking, buff, spiked head, spiked tail, fifth form that's supposed to be stronger than Frieza. And, I guess at that point, everybody seeing the movie for the first time was like, oh my goodness, that looks awesome and deadly. And Goku's probably screwed. No, not really. That last part, not really. I'm pretty sure everybody knew Goku was going to win. Because, hey, it's Dragon Ball Z. Goku always wins. Even when he dies, he wins.
Yep, that's how it goes.
And so the fight continues. Cooler starts kicking Goku's ass, and then Goku transforms into Super Saiyan, and Goku then kicks Cooler's ass. Cooler tries destroying the planet. Goku shoots a Kamehameha wave at him, sends him off into the sun, and everybody thinks that's the last we're going to see him. But then, and I think this was the first movie villain to get a second movie. Mm-hmm. We have... I forget what the second one was called. This is really bad.
I thought it was like, I don't know.
Yeah, this is really bad that we don't know the name of the second movie.
Dude. Oh, it is The Return of Cooler.
Oh, is it just The Return of Cooler? Okay.
I was about to say, isn't that it?
Well, I mean, you've got Cooler's Revenge, and then you've got the Return of Cooler, which
it's not like Pokemon. Like when what was it? The first Pokemon movie is Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And then the fourth movie is, I think, it's sort of similar in the same name.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But it's the same.
Well, and of course you've got the what was the second one was the second Pokemon movie.
The Power of One.
The Power of One, and now you've got the new Pokemon movie that's coming out. It's The Power of Us.
Yeah.
You know, definitely playing off the same themes there.
Slightly change your words.
But yeah, so Cooler gets his second movie, and he shows up, and he's all metal and cooler than before.
Yeah. Unlike his brother, who looked like he was patched up at a junkyard. This man got dipped in carbonite and just came out
all
nice.
badass and kicking Vegeta in the nuts and stuff, and then of course we see what ended up happening to the actual Cooler. He's inside the Big Getty Star, which is what helped. Which the Big Getty Star found him after he'd been thrown into the sun, fused with him. They went after Planet Namek, gave Cooler new metal bodies that he could control. So they're not actually Cooler; they're like remote controlled coolers.
Yeah, it's like his essence in a robotic body.
Yeah, I mean the what's left of Cooler is controlling them, but they're not actually him. So, and then obviously big fight between Super Saiyan's Goku and now Super Saiyan Vegeta.
No, they fight one Cooler together, and
then they just get overwhelmed.
Yeah, they fight. Goku fought it. Vegeta fought it. Nothing, and then they teamed up after like one whole battle, and they blew it up. And they're like, "Yeah, let's go!" And they turn around and dun 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 dun, and all these
an army of coolers up on the ridge.
And then they don't even show what happened. It just cuts in
baskets.
It just cuts and they're just caught.
Yeah. Did it cut in the regular movie, or was that just the Team 4-Star abridged version?
Well, I haven't seen the second one. I'm pretty sure it cuts because I don't remember them trying to fight all those things.
I think they did. If I remember right, I think they did try to fight them, but they just got their asses handed to them. Mm-hmm. And then we see them. We see them strung up and captured. And then they fight the...
Oh, yeah, it says right here.
The Cooler form.
However, a whole army of Metacoolers immediately shows up, and then they are outnumbered, and they are being drained of energy.
Yeah.
So it does cut right after that.
Yeah. Okay, so, once again, I'm wrong.
Well, that's what it says. I mean, it could be totally different on the screen.
It's been a while since I've seen the movie myself.
I have it on VHS, so I don't have that anymore. I haven't seen it.
One of these days, you know what we need to do? We just need to get them all on Blu-ray and then just watch them all.
Yeah.
It's simple. Which is probably something we should have done before this.
Hey, man, that's hard times, dude.
But, yeah, no, but we did. We used sources that we had available to us to do our research. And I think we learned quite a bit.
It's not like we haven't seen it before. I mean, we've seen
no. I mean, like I said, it's been a little bit, but we've seen them. And, of course, we recently, within, I want to say the last year or so, we watched the abridged version done by Team 4-Star, which hits on all the good points. Mm-hmm. And just... Team 4-Star, if you guys are ever watching this video, which I highly doubt you will because we're not that important, but let me just tell you this. You guys do awesome work. We love you. Keep it up. So anyways, they ended up fighting the core, what's left of the actual Cooler. He forms a new mechanical body for himself, and then, of course, gets his ass whooped by Goku again. It's the same story every time, people. I don't understand why we're not getting this yet. I think most of us are, actually, but...
I can't wait till there's one Dragon Ball Z villain that just gets away. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, got their ass beaten. They're like, you know what?
Fingers crossed for Broly.
Oh,
yeah. So, anyways...
Dude, if Broly gets away in that movie...
Well, I mean...
His big ass...
Honestly, I cannot see them bringing Broly back for just a movie.
Yeah,
especially with everything else that's going on.
How it goes now, yeah. Because it's sort of like how So like right now, in the
you know what,
in the movie business,
I do not expect him to Goku to sit there and befriend him and then become best buddies and do the whole Goku and Vegeta shit. No, I don't expect that at all. But I would love to see him come back when they renew the anime.
It's sort of like how
if they renew the anime, that's
still
still
like it's like how the Marvel movies are right now. So like. They'll have a villain, then he just dies, and now you can see Venom gets his own movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got Morbius getting his own movie soon. So it's all like that. So about like Dragon Ball Z is the old Marvel, we just kill all the shit, and now this is a super.
Yeah.
And then they just they get away or they're used for later stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean it happened with Beerus, it happened with Frieza. Although Frieza died.
Oh yeah, they really went
but
back.
They brought him back again
to die, and then they brought him back again to live.
Yeah, and he got revived, and now he's out there running around doing his Frieza thing again. Mm-hmm. Which okay. So before we started, we last time we told you guys that we were going to be flipping coins to see who was going to be taking which side. I got the great joy of being able to defend my favorite movie villain, and in basically stating why I think he should be canon. Ted will afterwards be countering that with why he thinks he shouldn't.
And I won to say how this cool guy sucks and he can't he gets to do that. Yeah.
So, so let's get started. So number one, yes, I know he's very similar to Frieza, but he's also got his different little quirks. So for one thing is, he doesn't have a great relationship with Frieza, or his father, King Cold, which I think has led to Cooler being just simply a different person in general. When we meet Frieza and King Cold, we see how very similar they are to one another. We definitely see the ruthless and sadistic side. Now, we know that Cooler is a ruthless killer because he states as much himself, but one thing that we definitely see that's immediately different is the way Cooler treats his soldiers. He doesn't just carelessly throw them away like Frieza does, like King Cold does. He also doesn't just callously, like if his soldier fails him, he doesn't kill him there on the spot. No, he shows actually a genuine loyalty to those who serve under him, which I think inspires a much deeper loyalty from them to Cooler. So he's not, I guess you could say he's not as sadistic as Frieza and King Cold, which I think has it's something that we don't see from a whole lot of villains in Dragon Ball. Usually they don't have any sort of redeeming qualities whatsoever. And so when Goku or somebody Gohan or whatever sits there and finishes them off, we're like, oh yeah, good. We're glad he's dead. Yeah, Cooler's he's a big bad guy, but he, like I said, he doesn't sit there and just carelessly throw his men away. Yeah, a couple of them got killed by Piccolo, but that's because Piccolo kind of surprised them. They weren't expecting a Namekian to be as strong as Piccolo is. And I forget what happens to Salza in the end. I don't know if we ever see... Do we see him die?
The French guy?
Yeah, the leader of Cooler's armored squad. Because I guess if he dies, then he must die off screen or something like that. I don't remember.
He's not important.
Yeah, but you might want to look that up just for further reference. But anyways, you see Cooler willing to step in front of his men and to fight, an enemy that he knows for a fact would be too strong for his men. Another thing that goes for Cooler is that he is not as arrogant as his brother.
What am I reading? Oh, that's not even...
I don't want to know.
No, I looked up Salza and I clicked the first one and it says Herman von Salza. was the 4th Grandmaster of the Tonic Knights. I was like, whoa, this guy was crazy. But it's actually history. And then I scroll down, and then
oh god, I just snorted on me.
I was like, whoa, this man was crazy. Grandmaster.
Yeah, that'll be topic for a different show maybe someday. Yeah, I mean, Cooler, when he hits Goku in the back with the I-beams, he knows for a fact that Goku's not dead. And instead of just sitting there and immediately blowing up the planet, and with the possibility of Goku once again escaping, no, he sends his men out to go looking for him and finding him. So that way he can finish him off. And that way he can have proof of finishing him off. Whereas if it had been Frieza, he would have been like, oh, I won. This is it. I'm going to blow up the planet and leave now. You know, without actually confirming that, hey, you know, I got the guy I intended to come for. So another thing for Cooler is that he's able to maintain his true form. Now, mind you, that's because he's not as powerful as his brother or his father. But, you know, to show that he was willing to either put in the effort to learn how to control that power. Also, you know, it shows something that Frieza didn't get until later down the line. And I don't think he even really understood it until after he died the second time. Mm-hmm. Because... yeah, Frieza, for the first time in his life, in Super, went to and did, 3 months of training in order to unlock his gold form. But then he immediately rushed to Earth to fight Goku and Vegeta.
He attained it, but he didn't.
Whereas with Cooler,
he didn't perfect it. Yeah.
Whereas with Cooler, he learned how to maintain and control the stamina drain of his final form, or his true form, so that way he could use it at all times. He wouldn't have to worry about sitting there and transforming up from lower levels. And then, of course, you get the big reveal of the 5th form. Now, there is actually a little bit of a debate whether or not his 5th form is truly more powerful than Frieza's final form. Now, Cooler himself states that it is more powerful, that he's stronger than Frieza. But it's also been confirmed in one of the Daizenshus, I'm not sure which one, that Frieza and King Cold were the only ones that had the abnormally high power levels. So Cooler's is more along the lines of probably the natural progression of the Frieza race than it is similar to Frieza and King Cold. Frieza is stated as being is always being stated as just in another league than Cooler or any other fighter of his race. Now there is a little bit of a contradiction when it comes to the return of Cooler. Because it seems like his fusion with the Big Yeti Star changes his personality a little bit. Although you see a little bit of a personality shift when he transforms from his 4th to his 5th form. He does get a little more arrogant. Which could be a detraction for him. Because that does lead to him getting beat by Super Saiyan Goku both times. Vegeta helped out in the second one, but it was, in the end, it was still Goku that finished him off. But, he is seen capable of achieving even higher forms in Dragon Ball Heroes, where we actually see him achieve the Golden Frieza form. So, he's obviously willing to put in the work to get stronger. And he does, it does say that he has a bit of a rivalry with his brother. They're always trying to outdo one another. It's just that Frieza is by far the more arrogant of the two. Now, he doesn't have a great relationship with his father or his brother, and that's very clearly evident in the fact that I'm not sure if he says it to Goku or if he just says it offhanded at one point, but he does state that if Goku hadn't killed Frieza, he believes that Frieza's dead at this point when he does meet Goku. But he states that if Goku hadn't killed Frieza, he would have done it sooner or later himself. And he does have a respect for, I guess, his family honor, and that's why he goes after Goku. Because it's not out of some misguided revenge for his brother. It's more of he's going to Earth to beat Goku to reclaim the honor that was lost by his brother being beaten by a Saiyan. So, I mean, he does. So I guess he does respect his father a little bit, or at least he respects his family in general. He just doesn't. One thing he does acknowledge though is that his father spoiled Frieza rotten, and that's a large part of why Frieza is the way he is. One of the biggest reasons I think that Cooler would be great to be revived as a potential canon character for Dragon Ball Super is it could bring a whole new depth to Frieza's character, actually, because you could finally see somebody who besides Goku who maybe rivals Frieza in power, and maybe you see that rivalry a bit more. Maybe you see I would hate to see it as like a turning point for Frieza to become a good guy, because I just don't think that's who Frieza is. And if they ever do revive the anime and then try to turn Frieza good, I think they're gonna lose a lot of fans if they try to go that way with it. But it definitely could. Having Frieza's brother there, having Cooler there, could definitely bring like I said, an element to deepen the character, because right now Frieza is he's just the big bad guy, essentially. Yeah, Broly's gonna be the big bad guy of the new movie that's coming out, but Frieza's still the one that's kind of hovering in the background. Did you ever find anything on Salza? Confirmed whether or not?
Piccolo killed him.
Oh, he did. He does kill him. Okay.
So Salza survived Goku's attack after Cooler died. He emerged from Rebel while Krillin and Gohan were taking care of Goku because he was weak after that.
Uh-huh.
And he was going to kill him, and then Special Beam Cannon came out of nowhere and killed him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's how Salza died.
So yeah, they confirmed Salza did die on screen. Okay, that's good to know.
I was gonna say if he died by Goku, good, because the last time we seen him in that movie is when Goku powered up.
Yeah.
And he threw him through a wall. The man, if he died like that, then
yeah,
why is he a soldier?
Well, he's supposed to be. Frieza's armored squad is supposed to be better than the Ginyu Force.
Oh.
From what I understand, they're supposed to be essentially stronger than the Ginyu Force. But I would love to see, it would be so awesome to see Golden Frieza go head to head with Golden Cooler. That fight would be epic.
Yeah. That'd be shiny.
And then maybe this. I wouldn't want to see Cooler become a good guy either. Even him as an anti-hero in
I think
in Heroes is a little weird. I think he's just working with the characters right now to try and escape, and then he'll go back to being his old cooler self. But definitely could have some kind of storyline where Frieza's trying to take over the universe again, and maybe Cooler has been doing stuff in the background while he's been away. Maybe the reason why the Frieza Force is become so weak is because it's fractured into a civil war. Maybe we get a little more in depth of a storyline. We find out that Cooler has been secretly taking all the good soldiers to his side in order to take over planets. Because I think at one point either I don't know if it's said in the movies or anywhere else, but I think it's stated that Cooler has some like 200 or something planets, because I think even Salza says he's from like Cooler 250 something in the movie.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can have like some kind of Civil War story going between Frieza and Cooler. You see you have Cooler see Frieza with his new golden form. Like, okay, I gotta match that.
Or what if like Cooler doesn't need? I mean, well, he has golden form in the Heroes.
Or he does
thing.
something different.
Or he has golden form in Heroes. You know what I mean? But like that's already like something else. You know, it's not real. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. No,
what if like Cooler?
I mean,
what if Cooler? When Frieza's absence, Cooler, like you said, it was like not Civil War, but Cooler was taking out Frieza's people so he could take over completely. Cause Dad's gone, he's gone, and then like he finds out when Frieza comes back, he senses it, and he doesn't go golden. Like he goes into his own form, like like he does in the movie.
Yeah.
But somehow that one is stronger than golden form, where he doesn't have a golden form. Because I mean, I like the idea of having two golden forms, but like it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's
we seen that.
Yeah, exactly.
You have more spots.
That would be something interesting to see. Definitely see. Something that hasn't happened before.
And then he attacks Frieza, right? And he's like, oh,
or maybe
posh brother, I'll kill you.
Here's the thing too, because remember this in the Resurrection Frieza or Resurrection F, Frieza states that he specifically chose gold for the form.
Yeah.
Because it was essentially him mocking Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
So maybe Cooler chooses a different color. Maybe he goes with like a shiny blue or something, because he's already he's had that blue headpiece.
That's Frost. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, you're never going to see Frost again. I don't think he was resurrected.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
I don't remember seeing him get resurrected with everyone.
Yeah, I watched that.
Because because here's the thing, he was specifically erased.
If you go back and look at it, he's even looking like, oh crap, I came back. He was like, oh crap. Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, he's there.
Now that could be an interesting storyline though. Mm-hmm. Frieza versus Cooler versus Frost.
Yeah, but but Cooler would have to find a way to get Frost over. That's the thing.
Yeah, or maybe, Frost finds his way over into Universe 7 while he's trying to escape justice from Universe 6.
But wasn't Frost's thing, if he entered, he'll wipe it all away? Wasn't that like...
I don't know.
Dang. See, I didn't prepare for Frost. But I'm pretty sure that was one of the things that not hit, but... Or he asked for a lot of money or something. Something like to rebuild his army.
Yeah, but then he went off the rails when he tried to attack Frieza from the stands.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got his ass
Oh, yeah,
erased.
they lost. I forgot,
Yeah.
Screw you, Frost.
Yeah.
But, yeah, see, like, that'd be cool if Cooler came back. Because, like, I mean, I like Dragon Ball Z and everything, but the colors and the forms, I mean, like, the colors are getting kind of out of hand. So, like, it'd be cool, like, if Cooler just came, like his regular form. Not his regular form, but, his final form, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, his fifth form.
Yeah, and he's just, like, bulked out, and he's like, oh, crap. And then Frieza's like, oh, yeah, I got you. And then, bam, he's like, oh, that hurt. And then he, like, escaped, sort of like Avengers Infinity War. Like, he escaped back to Earth, crashed out hell. He's like, Cooler's coming, dude. You gotta save me, Goku, please, you stupid monkey.
He'd be like, I hate to ask you this, but I need your help.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And then he was like, dude, Frieza asks for help. And then,
help me, Goku 1 Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Exactly. That would be cool. And then that
would what would be even better if he went crawling to Vegeta first.
Oh, yeah. Or he just crash landed, like...
Maybe, like, right at Capsule Corp, and he asks Vegeta for help, and Vegeta's like, ha, fuck you.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be funny. And then he'll get beat up, and he's
like,
I told
Goku's
you.
like, oh, come on, Jeets.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
So, yeah.
I can see that opening scene, Frieza there, and then all of a sudden something blows up. He's like, what the?
Yeah.
And then he's like, brother.
Hello, brother.
Die again. His little...
Death beam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mine's bigger.
That's how it
Death
hurts. that's how it feels to be stabbed in the back. And it just falls. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so you're forgetting one major key point.
Ooh, what am I forgetting?
So, if you guys watched the Broly trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
King Cold's in that trailer.
Right? Yeah.
And King Cold got a redesign. And a lot of people think Frieza got a redesign because his skin is pink. But if you look back in the manga, which is original source of Concrete, Frieza was always supposed to be pink, and they changed him in the anime. So Cooler, if you look back, if you look back in Cooler, the original design, he was pink, and they changed him to purple. So if you go back again, and they make King Cold purple, I don't think I've seen any of King Cold's original art, but why would they go back and change King Cold purple for?
Well, I mean, wasn't some of Frieza's earlier forms, wasn't he pink? Like he is in... Yeah, he was.
In the manga,
you don't see as much of it because
of the armor.
Because he's wearing the armor, which we all thought originally was actually a part of him, but it's not.
If he's pink,
because you see in the trailer, Frieza's not wearing the armor.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but there's a still, like, they would if he was pink and Cooler was supposed to be pink, then Cold would be pink, like he originally supposed to be.
Maybe,
but he's redesigned to look exactly like Cooler's color. Why?
I don't know. Maybe it is to potentially bring Cooler into the
so
franchise.
When they bring Cooler in, they won't be like, oh, he's not pink like everyone else. You know?
But I mean,
his father
he never was.
Yeah. Cooler was pink. In his original drawings of art he did, he was pink.
I never
by
saw
Toriyama.
Any of the original drawings.
Yeah, his original drawings, he was pink, just like Frieza.
Yeah, he was just a little bit of a darker color, I think.
I think,
yeah, you know what? I think I did actually see that on the wiki page.
Yeah, in the sketches.
There's a sketch of there. Yeah,
yeah, and then later
he was darker. He was
a shade of pink.
Yeah, he was a darker shade of pink.
Yeah, so if they made King Cold purple, it's to probably show that, if Cooler does come around.
Well, and then remember too that when Frieza is in his true form, the shiny parts are purple.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I know. But
so it's possible that the color just simply darkens over time.
And then that also proves that you can see it that way. And if he's pink and then he goes purple in the movies,
because it goes an even deeper purple too when he goes golden. Remember?
Yeah. So then it goes back to his daddy because his daddy's purple. That makes sense too.
Well, I mean, then that would make perfect sense for Cooler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why they redesigned Cooler like that. Because honestly, they didn't even do anything to Cooler. Yeah. Because he's fodder. Like, he's just there to be a dad.
But it definitely could present a decent storyline for him against Frieza.
And then what if the Cooler movie comes out and then it's that scene, right? And he goes back in the ship and he's like, "Cooler son, why didn't you come out?" And he's like, "I don't like my brother." And then he's in there the whole scene. You guys didn't know that. That'd be so cool. And he comes out and he's purple. See? Hire me, I'm good at this. That'll be heck of a friend, and then people will watch it because it will start off that one scene, and Frieza's like, "Hello, monkeys," and then he's like, "All right, son, I'm out of here. We're gonna go." And then he gets in the cooler, and he sits down. He's like, "Oh, why don't you ever come to these family things?" And Cooler's there, chilling, like, "Yeah, me and my brother don't get along." And then it takes off, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And then the Cooler movie theme, and then present day. That would be cool.
But then
it's the subtle things.
Here would be something even, and this could be a way to finally introduce. Ooh,
my bad.
Careful there.
I got excited.
Don't smack yourself in the face with a microphone. And this is a little bit out there, and I'm gonna admit this right off the bat. But maybe with the Cooler movie or Cooler arc or whatever it would end up being. At the end, you have Frieza beating Cooler. But then you get a reveal that Cooler has a family of his own, and he has a son who now wants revenge.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool. Like a son.
And his son is, while not the same kind of attitude as Frieza, is abnormally strong like Frieza.
Yeah, because Frieza was special. He wasn't like his father,
Yeah.
and he wasn't like his brother.
But because they're still related, the genetics should still be within Cooler
Does it
for
skip-
that potential.
Doesn't it skip a generation though? Isn't it?
Not necessarily,
Is it-
because it didn't skip from Cold to Frieza. It just simply didn't end up in Cooler.
Oh yeah. Oh no, because
King Cold is actually described as also having an abnormally high power level.
So it'd be Cooler. I mean, it'd be Cold strength, and then Cooler didn't get it. Then Frieza,
yeah.
and then
Cooler's son would get it.
okay, yeah.
He'd
Okay.
possibly be even stronger than Frieza.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that'd be cool. The offspring. Yeah. But yeah, but that's if like Cooler's like I feel like they put more work into Cooler than all the other villains.
Why? Yeah, I think that's the case with anyone.
I mean, but
anyone who gets multiple arcs or movies.
It's not even because he got multiple arcs of movie. I think it's because Frieza was there. Frieza was that dude, and I feel like they're like, oh, if we make a sibling for him, then
Yeah.
he needs to be worked.
That, and, but also one thing we do have to understand is that, essentially each of the Dragon Ball Z movies are a rehash of what's going on or what just happened in the anime.
Yeah, then that's the case. Then he would have been as crazy as Frieza.
Well, I mean, not necessarily, because you look at you look at Super Android 13. 13's different than Cell, not the same. He's not necessarily his whole concern wasn't about absorbing 14 and 15 and becoming his super form. But it was just simply to kill Goku.
Yeah.
Where we really can't say too much about Janemba and his similarities and differences between Boo, because
he just wanted to fuck shit up, just like Kid Boo. Boo just wanted to fuck shit up. He's been killing stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so is it my turn?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right, so mine is kind of hard because, like I said recently, right now that they put a lot of work in Cooler. They gave him a right turn of his mental state because Cooler is more strategic than Frieza is, I guess you could say, because Cooler didn't his arrogance is back there, but it's not full taking over. He's not like Frieza. Like Frieza's like, oh yeah, whatever. But Cooler's like, oh no, if I let this dude go, he can come back and kill me. That's like you 75. So it's kind of hard with. I'm only talking about the first movie. Yeah. So the thing about Cooler in the first movie, it's like a little bit of me to even try because they did it. Even though it might have its flaws, like movie wise, but like as a character wise, it's kind of hard for me to argue with it. But I guess you could say with Cooler, it's probably the whole how he was weaker and he had to train to be stronger, right? And he was only able to be in that fourth form because he was weaker, and what are you talking about?
Well, I don't, and I'm sorry for really interrupting, but I don't think it was because he was weaker. I think it was because yes, he didn't have as much power.
Yeah, he didn't have enough power,
but he trained to control it.
Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't have as much power just simply made it easier. Mm-hmm. Because in Resurrection F, you hear Frieza, he states that he never trained a day in his life.
Yeah, Cooler trained. Cooler
obviously trained.
They're polar opposites of each other. But,
Cooler's willing to put in the work where Frieza most of the time is not.
Yeah, because Frieza was gifted with it. Cooler wasn't.
Yeah.
So he worked hard for what he had. So I think mostly is like when he went into his, final form, you want to call it?
Yeah.
So when he went into his final form?
Fifth form, final form, whatever.
So I guess mostly what I'm trying to say is that, because I did my research comparing the other movies he's in to the video games, because you said I could do the video games, right?
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, we're not using his brief little appearance in GT or in Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans, because it does nothing to advance his character.
So my thing with Cooler is that what we see in the Cooler's Revenge is it messes up with what else we found out about him in the video games, because I feel like they had a point here and then they went up down. They're like, oh no, we're gonna change it here, we're gonna go back over here, because in Cooler's Revenge he was strategic. He was, like you said, he communicated with he took advice from his his lower subjects.
Yeah, his men.
Yeah, his men. And he did all that. So he was like polar opposite of Frieza. But then when he went into his final form, he like hulked out. Like he was like, kill, kill, kill. You're gonna die, 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 die. And he got stronger, obviously, and that could be because the power kind of just like Goku. Like when he used a Spirit Bomb against Jiren, they asked him why did he go back to base form instead of doing it as Super Saiyan because of the malicious intent, I guess, when he transformed Super Saiyan. So I guess I could see that makes sense because when he transformed, he getting that power.
Yeah.
So, and then you got that, and then he dies. But if you look towards Xenoverse 2, well, it's said that Cooler's relationship with his brother isn't great.
Yeah.
And then with his father, is like Frieza, it's respect.
Yeah.
But in Xenoverse...
But you definitely see King Cold heavily favoring Frieza.
Yeah, but yeah, 'cause he's a prodigy son, yeah. And then in Xenoverse 2, Cooler, when Goku's fighting Frieza and Goku's winning, Cooler comes to save Frieza. He comes to save Frieza, and even Frieza says, "What are you doing here?" And it's more of a...
Okay, well, the only reason he shows up on Namek is because Toa brings him there.
No, but he said he came to save Frieza. And even Frieza is surprised at this. So that means he shows brotherly love. There's another thing that's also said that Frieza, like Cooler even says that, and I forgot where I got it from, so I'm probably go out the window, but it's okay to be an older brother at times. So it shifts again to like, this person's like, I don't care. He's just my brother. Oh, he needs to handle his own mess. I'm not going to destroy that same pod. No wonder why my brother died to you. He's weak. You're weak. And then he's like, oh, not my baby brother. Like, you know what I mean? So and then that's not it. And then later, it's even said that when he becomes golden form, like I don't think he's in the Heroes anime. I guess I don't know what it's called, the Heroes anime.
He's in the superheroes, not. I don't think he's in the regular heroes.
I don't know what's the difference. I just call it the Heroes anime.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Heroes anime.
The superhero.
Oh yeah, there is a superhero.
Is
yeah,
the one that takes place essentially after Dragon Ball Super.
Okay, well when he goes golden form.
Yeah.
So when he goes golden form, he's not a good guy, but like he's doing his own thing for his own purposes, and sometimes you have to do a little good. So apparently in that, it was said that he shows respect to his father and everything, and his brother, and he showed brotherly love. He kills his dad.
Oh yeah, death beam right to the heart.
Yeah, he kills his dad, and he doesn't show no remorse. So, like, he even said he would have killed Frieza himself.
Yeah.
So my thing about that, and it's like it's a strong line. Like I willingly admit it's hard to argue against Cooler's character. Is that they need to get his mindset on one goal. Does he hate his family? Does he willing to help them? Because in Cooler's mind, if Frieza and Cold died, then that's his empire. I don't know who else, unless they show like a cousin, or Frieza's son that was somewhere. But
what would he be, Lord Ice Cube?
I don't know. There is a story where Frieza has a son.
Yeah.
There's a point I said. But yeah. So mostly it says to get his mindset, because even you said that it was weird that how when he became fifth form. Final form.
He does become a little more arrogant.
Yeah, he's like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, mostly to get his mind right, because, to defend that, is that Cooler can be arrogant like Frieza if he wanted to. But, mostly because he didn't have that power, he had to train for it. His mind is open more. Just look at Frieza. How long did it take Frieza to say, oh, maybe I should train mentally for stamina? Mm-hmm. How long?
He essentially had to die twice to do it.
Yeah, but Cooler's like, oh, dude, Frieza's stronger than me? No, we're starting right now.
Yeah.
And he did get stronger, but maybe that's my only key point is probably to get Cooler's mindset of what he wants. Does he hate his family? Because I would love if he hated his family. How crazy would that be?
Yeah,
if he hated his family. Be like, are you here to avenge Frieza? Avenge Frieza? I would have killed him myself. I'm here to kill you. Like, that would be crazy. Maybe to get his mindset to what he... Because there's a lot of other stuff, but I can't remember. But it zigzagged around to, like... And then it came back to, oh, he hated his family. But, dude, he saved his brother. He killed his father. He didn't care. It's okay to show brotherly love. He doesn't like his family. Like, what?
Well, I mean, I guess it could be like that, it could be similar to that whole saying, I can beat up my little brother, or I can make fun of my little brother, but you can't. If anybody else does, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of mentality. Because it does state that they do have a rivalry. You know, they're always trying to one-up the other.
What did Frieza call himself? The Emperor of the Universe?
Mm-hmm.
And what did Cooler call himself? The Supreme Emperor of the Universe?
Or, yeah, something like that.
They always try to win. Yeah. So maybe that's that for his sake. For the first one, because that, like I said, like, they did a really good job, because he's connected to one of the, probably the most evilest villains there is in Dragon Ball Z. One of the best. So they had to do his work on him. So they did good. But for... what was it called? Returner Cooler? Yeah, Returner Cooler. I don't think he could be canon for a couple reasons. One, the Big Getty Star. It's said that the Big Getty Star, if Cooler will be destroyed, he'll be remade and manufactured better for it to not to happen a second time.
Yeah, it fixes any flaws within the design.
And he has the ability fast enough to dodge things and do all this other stuff. So... with the Big Eddie Star, I mean, obviously, they're gonna, if they do the Big Eddie Star in another Cooler movie, he would, they'll find out where it's at. Because my thing is, like, if I was smart enough, I'll hide that shit somewhere where they can't find it. And he doesn't have power level either, so I guess you could say that was Cooler's fault why he lost. He brought the Saiyans into the thing. You could have just killed him right there. I guess you could say.
I think it was kind of, and the whole thing with the Meta Coolers, having no power level, I think that was to, play on the whole upcoming Android.
Mm-hmm. But still, that still makes sense. That still makes sense, though, because...
well, I mean, he's completely mechanical. Of course he doesn't have a power level.
Yeah, and it's not really him. It's being controlled. Yeah, but, and it took Goku and Vegeta at Super Saiyan to even, like...
just to destroy one.
One, yeah. And
it took them working together to do it.
Yeah, so, and then just a lot of stuff, like, you always got to throw Ultra Instinct in it. I mean, we might not see it for a long time, but you got to... there's always going to be that one person like, oh, what if he went Ultra Instinct? What if he... yeah, if Ultra Instinct broke that thing... and he was supposed to make Big Getty Star supposed to make that. Dude, we're not gonna have a show no more. We're not gonna.
God.
Ultra Instinct's gonna have to fuse a Royal Blue or whatever it's called, Blue Evolution, to even have a chance.
Oh shit!
Blow up the planet.
I mean, yeah, could you imagine that?
Yeah, that's scary. Like, whoa, that's too fast. Let's put in some freaking boost to him. Oh, broke that too fast. And he also has the ability to lock on to his opponents really fast too.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't state how fast he can do it, but it's mostly like an ability. And also, Cooler, oh, you forgot to mention it too. Cooler has, since we're making the games, Cooler can buff himself and debuff his opponents with mirror attacks. Like, some moves he can...
Yeah, well, I mean, with that kind of thing, I think that's video game specific, though. Yeah. Because, I mean, you really only talk about getting buffs from video games. Mm-hmm. You don't really talk about that kind of thing when it comes to
fighting,
the anime.
Yeah.
Or the manga. I mean, because, other than transforming into Super Saiyan, or their transformations, that's essentially a buff right there.
Yeah, and they didn't even mention that... that Cooler ever used his psychic powers like Frieza does. Neither. It's stated he has it still,
Well, yeah, I would imagine it might be something that's actually be something that's indicative of the entire race.
Mm-hmm. What if he was like strong with the psychic powers? But that's going off the point. But with Meta Cooler, it's gonna be hard unless it'd be hard to make him canon. He could like keep regenerating himself. Mm. And then obviously they will find it. If they do make a movie, they will blow it up, and Cooler will be dead forever. Yeah. But it would be cool if they did it this way. I just thought of it. To make him canon, they get rid of the first movie, right? And they just go straight to the second one. get rid of the new form.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be meta cooler.
Okay.
The Big Getty Star is inside of him instead of being a thing. So that means they can kill him, right? But it'll sort of be like Cell, but he can regenerate and he can improve himself over time like an upgrade.
Okay.
Sort of like Ultron.
Mm.
Be like that. And then they'll be like, what happened to him? He was like, oh, wow. I don't know. He was over here. My father didn't like me. He sent me over here, and we got obliterated. And then I ran into the star that absorbed me and made me become better. And then there you go. No power level. That he sneaks up on Frieza. He doesn't need a golden shiny form because he already has his metallic shiny form. See, that would be a way.
That can definitely be something.
Because sometimes you have to skip something to get to this.
Yeah.
Because, you can keep all the strategic and everything, yeah. Cooler had to have something good to take over.
I just want to see a massive fight between Cooler's army and Frieza's army, and then see the two go head to head.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Like, there's like outposts of, stop, you cannot go.
Oh, and I'm sorry. This just popped into my mind, and it goes off of what you've been saying. Mm-hmm. But, okay, so Cooler loses in the first movie to Frieza's golden form, finally. Mm-hmm. And then, because of that, like you were saying, how the Big Getty Star is actually inside of him, mm-hmm. When it repairs his body, it takes that into account and makes it the shiny new metallic form because of that.
Yeah,
to counter it. So it's like you've got shiny golden Frieza, and then shiny metal Cooler over here, and that's meant to specifically counter the golden form.
Yeah, because if you do it, because you always want to do them like a remake different. You want to keep the core things,
and then maybe you have Goku go Ultra Instinct to destroy the Big Getty Star.
Yeah, well, if it's gonna be inside of him, then it'll be like
it would just be completely
sort of like how you haven't seen it. Never mind, I don't want to spoil the anime, but yeah, so like he'll keep breaking it apart, and then Frieza's like, "Oh, let me help you," and then they're like, "There you get the epic team up again," and then but yeah. But that'd be cool. But like Mecha Frieza or Metal, what is it? Metacooler. By him, I think it'll be too broken. I mean, you could say, "Oh, you just said he could work," but he won't. Metacooler was in the Big Getty Star. Was he in the sky, right?
It was latched onto the planet.
Yeah, it latched onto the planet. So you could find that thing really fast. Yeah. So,
or I should say, poor Universe 7.
And it was in an isolated place where Cooler could pull his little strings and control his people, but this time it's inside of him. So if you kill Cooler once, you'll kill the whole thing. Sort of like Cell's nucleus. Yeah, so, but it'll be like a virus. So like it would just like keep upgrading him.
But the fact that Cooler would come back for a second movie because Frieza didn't destroy everything would lend credence to the Frieza character. It's something he would do because he would be arrogant enough to think that he had completely finished him off. There's no way he can come back. And then, surprise, I'm back.
Yeah. Or they do like a whole remake of like Frieza, like who gets to take over, and then they have Frieza and Cooler fight, and he like tosses him off, and it shows him drifting in space, like I won. And then he's drifting, and then he finds a Big Getty Star, and he's like, "You have not won, brother." And then, bang, present day, like, oh shit. But yeah. But first movie Cooler, it could totally happen. I'll say it could totally happen. Because like other than him having his mind scattered and like what he wants to do, it could happen. Because you got all that evidence for like the cool thing. And death for Frieza's character is probably going to be the biggest thing since he's not a good guy. He's more of a, what'd you say, anti?
I wouldn't even call him an anti-hero. I would say he's more of an anti-villain.
Yeah. Because he'll probably have his times where he'll be like, I'm doing my own thing, but
because he's still evil.
Yeah, he's still evil. Like he's never gonna be like Piccolo or Tien or Majin Buu. He's never gonna be that.
Yeah.
So, getting to know his story about like everything is probably the next thing to do. Other than this upcoming movie, knowing about the Saiyans.
Yeah. Is
probably Frieza. Because there's not much we know about it other than King Cold and the Empire. And there's subtle hint drops in the Resurrection F when he was like, "Oh yeah, our shit's not doing too good, dude." Since you left, you left Sorbet in charge. I mean, I don't know what he's doing.
I mean, Sorbet's dead now.
Yeah, I know, but when he was gone, he left Sorbet.
Wasn't he killed in the same blast that killed Frieza, or did Vegeta kill him?
He's dead, just like Salza.
I think in the movie, it was the same blast that killed Frieza, and then in the anime, it was Vegeta that killed him after he shot Goku in the chest with the laser beam.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, first movie, Cooler, he could totally be canon. Second movie, Cooler, Meta Cooler, he is just too broken. Because, like, if you think about it, if Cooler never brought Goku and Vegeta back to the Big Getty Star to power the star up, I don't think they would have beaten Cooler.
Yeah, because it was their energy that overloaded the Big Getty Star.
Yeah, so he should have just killed him right then and there. And then, but other than that, yeah, that's what I think. Because it's hard. Because I like Cooler as much. Because Cooler was cool.
Oh yeah,
obviously, no pun intended. But yeah, just when that hockey mask thing went over his face.
He wasn't just cool. He was cooler.
Yeah, because I liked him. He was like, because I always like those guys who go crazy, like fucking.
And I've made that joke way too much by now. But okay, so, final thoughts. I know you already said it, but let's confirm it. So, Cooler before Big Getty Star, Caney Cannon.
Sure thing, dude.
Yep. Yeah. I think we both agree on that one. I think that one's just.
I
think that's easy.
I still think he's like probably the best villain made up.
You don't have because unlike the other two that we've talked about before, you don't have to make any changes to him. You don't have to make any changes to his personality. You don't really have to make any changes to the character itself in order to bring him into the canon.
Yeah.
Because he's already perfect as he is.
Yeah.
So regular Cooler, Candy Cannon, yes.
Yeah.
Meta Cooler,
no.
Too broken. We're gonna say no.
Yeah, because and for the people who argue that he's not broken, I want you to think of that Ultra Instinct breaking that thing.
And then a new one being made after that.
The counter Ultra Instinct. And now everyone's going to be mad. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
We can't bring fusion back for everything.
Yeah. If it were to happen, Ultra Instinct would have to be the thing that wipes it out for good. Otherwise, yeah. It's just.
Spirit Bomb or something crazy.
Although I don't think Goku's too keen on the idea of even being able to use Ultra Instinct again.
Yeah.
Because of after what it did to him the first time. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, it almost killed him.
Yeah. So what would be the next villain? I already lost the list. What would it be? Just pick a villain.
So we're gonna.
Can we just not do Harutogan? Because
yeah. I mean, giant cockroach.
I can't argue for that.
I mean,
I can tell you why.
The only other character I think that we agreed not to do a canon on is Garlic Jr.
Oh yeah, and
he already got his chance. He already got his chance in the anime.
Yeah.
We don't have to do Broly because he's already getting a movie.
Yeah, I mean, unless it depends on the ending of the movie. Like if he dies, then we can be like, oh, can the other two movies happen? Because Broly died in the first one too, supposedly. And then,
but I mean, yeah.
But if they,
I think if honestly if they kill him in this movie, then he's just gonna be dead.
Oh yeah, and then okay. Well, if he's they.
But I think if he somehow survives, then yeah, definitely he'll be brought back.
Yeah, but
we can definitely talk about how they're going to utilize the character further from there.
So who's left? Turles.
So we got Turles, Lord Slug. I
just thought of it.
BoJack. Yep, we haven't done BoJack yet either. So
that's 3. Huh?
Yeah,
and then Harutogan would be 4.
Harutogan would be 4.
I mean, if we do Harutogan, we could just simply be on the same team about it. We could talk about the good and bad instead of us doing the little debate first because everyone can agree. I just
don't like the idea of seeing a giant fucking cockroach on big screen again. Yeah, I don't like the idea. I don't like little fucking cockroaches.
Yeah, because the only reason why I like that one so much because it reminded me of Godzilla, and I'm a huge monster person. So
now it might be a cool thing to see like a golden great ape go against a giant cockroach and see him get smashed.
Yeah,
but
yeah, so it'll be rather Turles, BoJack. Dang it,
I think BoJack was supposed to be next.
Yeah.
For the next canon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was Slug and then Turles was the last one.
Okay, yeah.
So next canon, BoJack.
BoJack Unbound.
Shut up, BoJack. Yar.
Oh man.
Gotta love abridged. Yeah. So next canon will be BoJack, the ultimate space pirate who somehow was trapped inside King Kai's planet.
Did they say? Oh, we'll find out next week. Why is he a pirate? I can picture him on his ship.
But for the next episode, we've got a nice little what would you call it? A Harry Potter Q&A almost.
Harry Potter. Yeah, some questions that were submitted by you lovely fans about Harry Potter.
Yeah. So next episode, Harry Potter Q&A. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have fun with that one. Not that I didn't have fun with this one. So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Until the next one, guys. We'll see you later.